Okay, so if you're a life insurance agent who's not earning the way that you want to, listen up, because this conversation is designed specifically to explain what we believe as it relates to the industry and the way it's broken. So we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about how many life insurance agents are licensed per year, what the success rate is, why the failure rate is so high and the success rate is so low, and what we have done to solve these problems for agents, okay? So my name is Shawn Bacoccini. I'm the co-founder of the Better Tomorrow Financial Group. We own multiple different divisions under that umbrella. One of them is an IMO. But our unique strategy as it relates to solving problems for agents in the industry is that we focus on found money, cost reduction, tax incentives for business owners. Industry average premiums for an IUL, for example, are 4 times less than the Project Blue average premium. The reason for that is because we're providing the money to fund the premiums. Think about that. Think about the difference between the traditional sales model for insurance. If you're speaking to a business owner or anybody, hey, listen, I think I might have something that could benefit you. If you give me your time and then your money, you can have it, right? As opposed to, hey, did you know that based upon what I know about your business, you're entitled to $30,000 and we can get that for you at no cost out of pocket? Like, think about the difference between asking and giving, right? There is no higher level of stewardship, in my opinion, than teaching people financial intelligence. And for a business owner who's struggling, if we can reduce their costs and increase their margins without increasing their expenses, they will be grateful to us. And so we have always wanted to be more than just an insurance agent. It's for whatever reason when I talk about this, I always think of the Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% on your insurance, right? And unfortunately, that's the reality of the loyalty that our clients have to us when it comes to our products, no matter how great you are, right? You're probably thinking, that my clients love me, I have great rapport, they trust me, they send me their family members. Sure, good for you. But the reality is we could be doing better at a higher level. And what I mean by that is that if we were the consultant, right, who introduced them to all of this found money, not only would they be introduced, interested in investing it with you, but the referrals are stronger. And if we're talking to a business owner, so let's say your clients love you and your premiums always stick and you never experience any chargebacks, which is not common, but it requires a lot of work to do so. And if you're not experiencing those things, you're lucky. It's luck. It's not going to last forever. Okay. But the reality is that, like, if 15 minutes and that's 15% they can save, if the next guy comes into a business owner and says, I can reduce your premiums and get you more than what you currently have for less, they're probably going to take it. I would want my client to be able to say, hey, listen, if there's money to be saved, I'm going to check with my guy because I'm loyal to him. And by the way, can you find me $30K this year? Right? Because that's what our guy did for us. And so we have designed an entire kind of system for you, done for you system, because we believe that the industry is broken in a couple of different ways. It's broken because when you sign up with an IMO, especially if you're career captive, in my opinion, you're then stuck, right? If you hit your minimums and you win the rewards, you get the golden watch. The golden watch begins to feel like golden handcuffs, right? Because now we're limited to what we can sell, and we're limited to the resources that they provide us if we don't go spend a bunch of money to figure out marketing on our own, okay? Well, the system that we have designed is like a done-for-you system, which will, at minimum, 15x the number of premiums that you can write. Now let me break that down and explain it. So statistically, if the average agent wants to set one appointment, they've got to speak to 7 people to set one appointment. They've got to take 5 appointments to write 1 premium. And if that prospect buys, you just lost your best prospect. If they can't afford, don't qualify, or don't want what you're selling, you just lost your best prospect. So the average agent has to grind through their friends and family to hit their minimum number of fact-finding appointments, right? Networking groups, whatever other resources that they can come up with to get connected with people. And what's the default? When I don't meet my minimums, I don't make the money I need to make, or if I don't meet the expectations of this captive agency, I'm not gonna win, I'm not gonna survive. So the default is final expense. Final expense, right? How much money can you actually make that way? There are abundance of people who need it. It's not the most fun to sell, and most people don't even sell that properly, right? So the grind has to continue consistently. Talk to 7 people to set 1 appointment, take 5 appointments to write 1 premium. What's the average premium that you're gonna earn? $2,000? Right? How many times a month do you need to do that to earn 6 figures? And again, there are 1.2 million agents licensed per year. They fail at a 92% attrition, and of that 8% who live again to do it next year, only half of them earn 6 figures. In this industry, which is the 3rd highest earning potential sales gig you can get in this country, life insurance sales, 4% of the 1.2 million who succeed earn what we're worth, right? I think we're probably worth a lot more than that. Do you think that you could earn more if you were more consultative, if you served more, right? If I know and I believe that, this type of thing it's the highest level of stewardship that we can achieve, right? Financial intelligence. So the more we serve others, the more successful we become. A byproduct of that is the money that we can make, right? The best way to get rich is to solve rich people's problems. And even if business owners are not wealthy, they have a higher level of business intelligence, a higher desire for legacy, a higher net worth, right? And even if they couldn't afford the kind of premiums that you would suggest, providing them the money to fund those premiums, that's the nature of the game we play. So when I say our system will at minimum 15x the number of premiums that you can write, well, that's because we want to target businesses that have at least 15 W-2s, because we know we can save them money on their taxes. It's thousands of dollars, right? And so talk to 7 people, set 5 appointments, write 1 premium with the same amount of effort that the average agent is currently investing to write 1 premium. If we redirect that to business owners who have 15 or more employees, we will at minimum 15x the number of premiums that you can write. And the cool thing about that is that we want you there to talk with all of the employees as well. So not only did you 15x the number of premiums you can write because of our product, but you now have 15 additional opportunities to write premiums for whatever other products that you currently sell, right? So we're 15x the number of premiums you can write with this initial incentive that we offer. It's got a whole life policy baked into it. You don't even have to sell one-on-one to all these people. We sell to the business owner, he enrolls all of the employees, he gets paid to do so. You get paid on the premiums. You're now there for the enrollment. You now can set appointments with each of the employees. So, it's kind of a no-brainer scenario. Another reason that the industry is broken is because all of the work that one agent would have to do to maintain their book. First, you got to do all the work to grow that book. Then you've got to maintain that book. You've got to check in with these people. You've got to send the holiday cards. You've got to stay top of mind for them so that you can ask for referrals, right? Most people don't even do that. They get referrals without making any effort because the people are inclined to say, hey, my family member needs help, so I'm going to introduce them to you, right? Most people aren't even asking for referrals intentionally. So you're going to get to a certain capacity. If you're doing really well, then your book is going to get so big that you're going to start consistently getting chargebacks because you can't maintain that book unless you have to build a team. All of the work that you would have to do to set all of those appointments and then have the policy underwritten and then schedule the blood work and everything that needs to go in for you to write 1 premium, right, is going to limit the amount of time and the ability that you have to grow the book and fill the funnel. And then once the book is substantial enough, do you have the bandwidth to maintain it so that it can continue to grow? Eventually you'll cap. So it's a broken system, in my opinion. I want salespeople selling. I want you filling the funnel. So when you're working with us, all you're doing is setting appointments for us. When we talk to them about these tax incentives and everything that they get, that we are basically paying them to participate with us because our fees all come from the found money after the fact, that nothing we do costs them money out of pocket, and it's gonna put at least thousands of dollars in their pocket, right? When we're doing that for you. We do not need you to put in all of the effort to underwrite and schedule the blood draws and to deliver, to figure out the payment information. When you're working with us, we provided you a business in a box system, which allows you to set appointments with us. We take care of that. come out on the other side with all of this money that you are entitled to, and talk to the client about investing. That's your money. We're finding them money. Ultimately, you made the introduction. That's your money that you're going to talk with them about how they would invest it in their insurance products. Okay? Something else, the default in the industry, where most people default to, if they are going to live again, to do it in another year, is final expense. So the default for those very low premiums, which are very labor intensive to get, but it's the way most of us make our money when we get to that point. And you need to be able to make enough money to pay bills and keep doing what you're doing. Final expense is the default. So how do you do that? Your IMO provides you aged lists that are being resolicited by other agents as well, right? You got to hammer the phones all day to get people on the phone to write a small premium. Well, we provide you leads as well, but we're not providing you final expense leads. We're providing you qualified, eligible business owners who have 50 or more employees in your market. We're setting you up with the right scripts, sequences, marketing, online content, materials, appointment setting, follow-up. We've got VAs that are going to work your leads and work your book. Once you write the premiums, we've got an automated system. The VAs on the back end are going to work your clients and send them the cards and set appointments for you to check in with them. It's all done for you. Every challenge that you experience in the industry currently, which is preventing you from making the money that you're worth, we do for you. So I get very passionate about the fact that, we all drink the wrong Kool-Aid, so we can't run through the wall like the Kool-Aid man. We just want to give you the systems that you need to succeed at the highest level. And the difference between us and the average IMO is that we understand that the better that you do, the better that we do. So we want to create the systems for you to succeed, as opposed to you figuring it out for yourself. So I appreciate you spending time with me today. Obviously, I went off on a tangent about how the industry is broken and how we fix it. I can tell you, we've got people doing 6 figures a month in commissions, right? With this system, we've got a guy who made more in 1 month than he had ever made in a year previously in any job. And his recurring per employee per month commissions on that product paid him more monthly than he had ever made in any other job. That was just one account that he secured. Imagine if you could do that a couple of times a year, and then whatever else you do the rest of the year. We put you at that top earning potential, and we provide you a system that is going to garner so much more revenue, so much more referrals with the same amount of effort that you're currently putting in. I always talk about the systems that are broken, but I think I should probably emphasize the fact that, I feel like so many people fail because they don't work hard enough. And so when we're inviting you into our community and we're indoctrinating you into this system, understand that we have a high level of expectation that you will work, that, we're commission-only sales reps. Everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt. Well, we are the few. We only want to bring people onto this team that are going to do something with what we offer. So if you are as passionate as I am about helping people and earning money, if you do not hate people or hate money, then we're going to get along just fine, and we're going to put you in a position to be able to get up every morning and end every day with a sense of confidence that you finally found a system that's going to help you achieve what you want. Thank you for spending time with me. I look forward to seeing you on one of our webinars. Again, my name is Shawn Bacoccini. I'm the co-founder of Project Blue. I'm looking forward to providing you these tools to help you achieve the next level.